going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update and a few bits and pieces to get through in terms of transfer rumours. But it looks as though there is one. It's not confirmed by the club yet, but it looks as though it's more or less done. And this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, and he says Fraser Forster to Tottenham is 100% done. Paperwork's ready, and Fraser Forster will join Spurs on a free transfer. Forster was considered the best option on the market as a backup goalkeeper, and Charlie Eccleshare follows on and says Fraser Forster having his medical at Hotspur Way today ahead of a free transfer from Southampton. So it looks as though we're splashing the cash already.
Definitely. Jonathan Phil also confirming he's having his medical. So this one's definitely getting the ball rolling. Hopefully we get this one out of the way and focus on more things. But look, it's one that needs to be done. And this is pretty much confirmed. Galini heading back then, I'm guessing. Unless it's going to be, unless we're going to have three keepers.
Nah, I think Galini will go back, and as well, it takes out a non-EU, a non-British player, and brings one in as well, which we very much need for the quota. So, I think it's a good move all in all.
We're gonna have to ask some Southampton fans.
Yeah, we'll get one on. We'll get one
definitely,
on.
Because it'll be interesting to see what they think about him, because he's because he was out of the team for so long, and then he found his way back in the team this season. So we'll have to ask if they rate him highly. But look, good signing, I think. At least we works for the homegrown, and he was once a very expensive keeper. I think Southampton signed him for big money back in the day, like 12 million or something a few years ago. So fair enough. It's good.
Let's move on and let's talk about Filip Kostic now, as the Mirror is saying that Antonio Conte has identified Kostic as the player he would like Tottenham to target first. Paratici is also keen to sign him. He is valued at £12 million as he enters the last year of his contract. Ali Gold says that Tottenham are expected to make the move for Kostic, but Romano says that Kostic to Tottenham is not currently at an advanced stage. Obviously, in my opinion, I would love Kostic through the door. I think he would probably be my #1 target for that position. And hopefully we can get it over the line. But it's positive news that Ali Gold and people are saying that we are expected to make that move.
Yeah, and George Bannister as well, saying he's got information saying that Spurs are confident of getting him through the door, and they've held positive early talks. That's what he said. So it does back up what Romano's saying. It's not advanced, but also saying that we are making a move. Everything in this deal, to me, points that it should be. There's no reason why it shouldn't be getting done. 1 year left of his contract, low price, exactly what we need on the left wing back role, perfect for Conte's system. I don't think as well that in terms of competition for him, I think he's very much like, you wouldn't want him if you play a back four, because I don't, especially for an elite team anyway, because I don't think he would be an amazing left back.
What about left winger?
And I don't think he would be an elite left winger. Like, I don't think you'd want him at City, like over Sterling or something. You know what I mean? Like left wing. And I don't think he's elite enough going forward to be a proper good left winger, and I don't think he's elite enough going back. But at left wing back he is elite, because you've already got a winger there. You know, in Son, who's got an elite finishing and everything. All you are is supplementing that, and if you're supplementing that with his ability to whip balls in the box, which he has, which is second to none, then I think he becomes an elite option at left wing back. So for me, I think we should be first in line. I don't see anyone else, unless maybe Chelsea want him. I think, we should be the ones where he should come to.
Well, Chelsea are in the market for a left wing back, obviously, with Marcus Alonso leaving. We brought you the news yesterday or a couple of days ago that they are looking at Perisic. So maybe they'll look at Kostic as well, but hopefully not. I mean, the stats speak for itself. I mean, Filip Kostic in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2021, most crosses, most chances created, most big chances created, most expected assists, second most open play chances created, and second most assists actually provided.
And so much of Frankfurt's team goes through Kostic. So just imagine bringing that to Spurs, where we already have Son and Kane there as well, and Kulusevski in the front line. You add Kostic on left wing back, so I mean, we're going to be very dangerous with him there as well. And that should also very much help with the low block issues that we have. We have someone like Kostic there on the left. So very exciting signing. Also not that big of an outlay. So it's not like you're thinking we would have to overspend for Kostic and that might hurt us in other deals, because if he's got 1 year left and they're saying 15 million, even if he was 20 million, that wouldn't be that big of an outlay. But if they're saying less than that, very positive. So let's get this deal done for me. I mean, that's no brainer.
Absolutely. And as well, like if you get rid of Regulon for, let's say, 25, 30 million and get him in for half the price.
Perfect. Only problem is he is 29, so you
Yeah.
probably need to look at upgrade in a few years. But then again,
You've got Cess.
yeah, but then again, we're looking at Perisic, and he's a lot older than Kostic. So
4 years, isn't it?
who knows how long Kostic can go on for.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Maxwell Cornet now. The Mirror saying that Tottenham see Burnley star Maxwell Cornet as an option. He has 15 million release clause in his contract, which became active once they got relegated. What's your opinions on Cornet?
Yeah, I think he's had a very good season at Burnley, and very impressive, although he has predominantly been playing up front, and I don't think we want him as a striker. So obviously at Lyon, he was he played left wing back a lot. I remember I'm pretty sure he scored a goal against City in the Champions League when they knocked them out
I think you're right,
that season. I think he's always been a good player. He was a good player at Lyon, and I think he was good at Burnley. Whether he's exactly what we need is another question. I think he's shown he can play in the Premier League, and he's been taking stuff like free kicks as well and scoring free kicks, so he shows he's got good technique. So maybe that is one to look at. I think at 15 million, there's very low stakes signing, but it does also smell of a signing we would have made, you know, a few years ago when we're like not going for our first option. So definitely I'd rather other options, but I don't think it would be a terrible signing.
I would actually like to bring him in. I've liked what he's offered at Burnley last season, and I think that not only can he play, like you say, on the left wing, he can play up front, he can play a few different roles, so very versatile, and that can help us a lot in all the different competitions that we're in next season.
Potentially. But definitely he wouldn't be my first option.
No.
I think you got to beat Kostic. I'd probably even pick Perisic over him. But it's
I'd
one
like
of
to
those.
bring in a Kostic and a Cornet. I'd like to bring in both.
So you have 3 left wing backs.
But not only, but Cornet, like I said, can play in a few different roles, so he can fill in.
So he would be our backup striker.
Backup striker.
So you wouldn't bring in a
left wing
striker
back.
then if you got Cornet.
Maybe not. Well, the thing is, if Bergwijn's going to leave, you need another winger as well. So maybe he can be a backup Bergwijn's replacement, where he's going to be backup winger as well.
I feel like if we bring in for this utility role, he's going to be gone within a few years. I don't know if that would suit him. I think he needs a specialised position for Conte. For me, I don't know. I don't mind him, but something's telling me it wouldn't work out.
Because we're talking about like beefing up the squad and having a squad that can fight on all fronts next season.
You're pretty much saying he's going to be like third choice in a number of different positions. You know what I mean?
Third choice, second choice, but he'll be used. I think he'll be used.
Maybe, and not as much as he would. Maybe, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be a terrible option. But I mean, if you were to bring a left back, he's going to be behind like Kostic and Sessegnon
You
forward.
never know what a season can bring, though. You never know what a season can bring in terms of injuries, out of form players, on form players. He can come in and play really well and grab himself a place in the team.
Yeah, at 15 million, it doesn't. I guess it's not much of a risk.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Lautaro Martinez. Dimarzio giving us an update. He says that Lautaro Martinez is the player who Inter have deemed as untouchable. But if you cast your mind back to last summer, they said exactly the same about Romelu Lukaku. Inter's sacrifice this summer could be a defender, Skriniar or Bastoni. Both have interest from Tottenham. It will depend on the offers. Do you believe them when they say Lautaro Martinez is untouchable?
Yeah, because they said last summer about him, they said they're not letting him go, and they told I mean, once they told Lukaku, it was never going to happen. I do believe them, to be honest, because they replaced Lukaku with Dzeko, and that was fine, but I don't think they can sell another striker again this summer. I think there'll be riots. So I think they might be able to get away with selling a defender, but I don't know if they can sell Martinez. And he's so central to how they play, and he's like replacing a striker is a lot more difficult than replacing a defender. So I don't think he's going to be available for us this summer. So I do believe them, unless someone's willing to completely overpay for him, which is possible, but I don't think we are.
I agree with that.
And then again, we do have this money now, so maybe we are, but I highly doubt it. Not with Kane there. I mean, do you not believe them?
I mean, I think that if a big offer came in, they would definitely consider it. But I don't think we're the club that are going to come in with that big offer. So I don't know if he's untouchable, but I think that we're not the ones that are going to get
It depends. It depends if they're selling other players or not. because they might turn down a big offer if they're selling Bastoni or Skriniar or someone else.
Like if they get a big offer, they'll replace him with someone. They replaced Lukaku with Dzeko. It's like not like they're exactly going to get like for like. So I think there are a lot of strikers out there that they can get to kind of supplement what Martinez left.
Yeah, but they were obviously they still got money troubles now, but they had serious money troubles last season. They had to sell big money. They apparently the reports are they have to get 60 million off their books.
Yeah,
if they can get that from other places, then it does make Martinez untouchable.
Well, yeah, and hopefully we can help them with that with Bastoni.
Definitely.
But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Sergio Reguilon now. Ali Gold says that there is a belief within Tottenham that Sergio Reguilon will move on this summer. Obviously, with the news that we brought you about Kostic, rumours about Cornet as well. Makes sense now, doesn't it?
Definitely, and I think he's a good player. I've always said that. I still think he's a good player. I don't think he's one where he's had a terrible time at Tottenham. I just think he doesn't suit what Conte truly wants from that position. And I think he's probably better suited playing in a back four for me, where he doesn't have as much attacking responsibility. And I think he'll have suitors. I think he's done well enough for Tottenham, and he's done obviously a great job at Seville, that he'll find someone somewhere to go, and we'll probably get at least our money back, I would think. So good luck to Reguilon. I think he's a good player if he does move on. But again, if he does stay at the end of the window, I still think there's a player that can be improved there. I really believe that. So I'm not going to be annoyed if he stays. But again, I think there are better players suited to our system than him.
Yeah. Giovanni Lo Celso, Albacete Talk are saying that Villarreal are willing to offer 18 million euros to Tottenham for Giovanni Lo Celso. Julian Maynard saying that Unai Emery's Villarreal has targeted Lo Celso to strengthen his team in the summer. I mean, it's those rumours that we're just never going to stop talking about until it's actually done, because I do believe this transfer will probably get done.
Yeah, I believe so as well. And I think he's done such a good job there. I think they'll pay the money. I mean, 18 million seems a bit light. I think they'll probably want a bit more than that. But I think, I'm not sure it'll definitely be Villarreal, but I definitely think he'll go, because I think he does so well for Argentina. That gets recognised as well. And obviously their run to the Champions League semi-final, he was a big part of that. So I'm sure people will come. There'll be a few clubs in for him this summer.
All right, and last but not least, Dane Scarlett has signed a new contract at Tottenham Hotspur. The club have announced that Dane Scarlett has signed a new contract that will run up until 2026. The Athletic did a bit of a story on him today, saying that they do expect him to be loaned out this summer as well in terms of for next season. What kind of what league do you reckon he goes to for his loan next season?
Apparently there are some Championship clubs interested in him. I just read that Preston North End apparently have expressed some interest. So it'll be interesting to. I mean, I want him in a team. I don't know. Look, my knowledge on how town Championship teams play is a bit limited, but I want him to be in a team who like to play football and like to be on their front foot first, and not teams who are pragmatic and looking for their forwards to hold the ball up and hold off defenders, because that could kill your confidence. But if he's in a team where it's a bit more attack minded, focused on possession based, focusing on creating chances, that maybe gives him a good platform to maybe show his finishing ability. So that's what I'd want for him. But I'm not sure I don't know if Preston play that way or who plays that way.
It's interesting you say that, because that's exactly what's happened to Troy Parrott, hasn't it? Like, he went on so many loan deals that, you know, the clubs just don't play the right football in terms of his development. And now he went to MK Dons and he knuckled down, and, you know, playing in a team that really provided in terms of what he needs on a football pitch. And maybe you're right in saying that, you know, Scarlett needs the same, and maybe he should go to someone like MK Dons. I know it's a level below, but MK Dons will be fighting for that title next season.
Yeah, I mean, because they lost in the final, didn't they, of the playoffs, which is a big blow for Parrott, and if he's going to go back on loan, for sure. I mean, I don't mind if it's Championship or League One, wherever they think is the best level for him right now. We'll have to wait and see, but it'll be interesting to see if it is Championship, how well he does get on, because if he smashes it out, then honestly, we could, in a year's time, we could have another striker on our hands.
Absolutely. All right, well, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we've brought to you today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
Come on, you Spurs.